You have internal and external processes that are a part of who you are, that you experience, are involved in, and are influenced by, that are fundamental to your personal growth and evolvement. They are fundamental to you becoming your true self on your human adventure. Knowing and understanding these processes is essential in supporting you to know who you are and who you're not, how you operate naturally and where you're conditioned and operate normally. They're fundamental to you knowing why you think, feel, communicate, and behave the way you do. And they're fundamental to you knowing what is natural to you in your processing and what's not natural to you, as well as you knowing the key areas within you and about you that require you to unravel, heal, remember, and reconnect to. Understanding these processes assists you to work through and manage the processing that you go through when you are experiencing the processes. This is so that you get to influence the outcome of what you experience. You get to influence your processing. In this video, I'm going to explore some of the key human processes for you to grow your awareness of and your familiarity with, as well as your true self processes, or as I call them, your soul self processes, that are essential for your personal growth and involvement in this human adventure. Hi, I'm Melinda Cates, the creator of the I Make a Difference model and processes for your processing. The more aware of who you are and the processes that make you you as your human self and how they work, how they can be limiting for you, and how they can also be beneficial for you, as well as what's natural to you, what's not natural to you. Well, all of this provides insight into who you became when you changed to fit into the world around you, when you disconnected from your true self. Knowing these processes also gives you the insight as to the differences between the processes you access and experience as your human self, as opposed to the processes you access and experience with your true self, your soul self. The more you can identify the parts of you that are human and the parts of you that are your true self operating in human form, the more you're able to work with all aspects of yourself, knowing what each process requires of you. You know the natural and beneficial expression and operation of each process. You know the natural way it unfolds, and you know the purity of the purpose of each process, so you can work more intentionally and consciously with them. And the benefit of knowing this and working with all these parts of you is so that you are your true self again and are fully expressing your potential and who you naturally are. What is required of you to be aware of each of the processes is for you to become familiar with each one and get to know them and understand them and build a connect and relationship with them. You already have a level of awareness of each of these processes. So as I go through each one, take time to take your focus within you and reflect on the processes. I share the key aspects in processing that occurs within the process. Let's start with the internal processes, the ones you experience within you that require your attention for your personal growth and involvement as your human self. To start with, one that you will be very familiar with, it's the mental process. The process you experience in your mind, and this involves memories, thoughts, words, conversations, stories, pictures, and beliefs. Your emotional process, the process that involves emotions that you feel, but you also feel physiological sensations with them, such as butterflies or a lump in your throat or holding your breath or a knot in your stomach, as well as temperature and energy changes. Then there is your sensory process, the process of energy changes, where you feel vibrations, as well as the energy, emotions, and intentions that you pick up off others. It's what you sense. Then there's your physical process, The process you experience in your physical body, where you experience things like tightening or aches or headaches, it's your movement, it's your physical release and your muscle memory. Then there's your energy process, the process that is separate from your physical energy. And this is about your life force, the energy that flows through you, which is impacted by all of your other processes. You can experience feeling drained, backstabbed, tired, light, energized, heavy or blocked. Then there's your spiritual process, the process that is influenced by and defined by what spirituality means to you. Then we come to the processes of your soul self. And there are qualities and attributes that are a process. And these are human terms we use to identify the parts of this process. It is about the essence of who you are, your soul, and the qualities and attributes that lie at the core of you and how they have an influence on your decision-making, communication, interactions, and expression. They're the beauty and purity of you. Then there is your knowing process, the voice of your true self and soul. And this is where all the answers you need for yourself reside. Your higher self process, the part of you that is connected to universal consciousness and everything. The part of you that knows where you've been and where you're going. Then there is your spirit process, the energy of your soul. Your human self processes, and depending on your level of connection to and consciousness of your true self, your soul self processes, influence your intentions, your decision making, your problem solving, how you treat yourself, how you view yourself, your growth and your interaction with the outside world. In addition to this, there are also processes that are a part of your human self, but they have an external focus. And your internal processes, the ones we've just explored, influence and impact your external processes. So these external processes are really important for your growth as well. Your external processes include your behavioral process. So it's how you express yourself in your behavior, what you do, the actions you take, the expressions on your face, your hand movements, and your stance. Then there is your speech process, the words you use, the tone you use, the pitch of your voice, the volume and the speed of your speech. There's your hearing process, what you choose to hear and not hear, and whether you listen to yourself or others. Your sight process, what you choose to see and not see, and whether your focus is on yourself and or others. There's your smell process, what you choose to smell and not smell, and the types of smells you pick up on. Your touch process, what you choose to touch and not touch. Your taste process, what you taste, choose to taste and not taste, and what tastes you're drawn to. And your impact process, what you directly and indirectly do to others and how you affect them and why. These external processes express what you are experiencing internally. They also are the ways you take in and absorb the world around you, as well as they impact and influence your interactions with others. Then there are other external processes that do require some of your attention and awareness because they actually have an impact on your external processing as well as your internal processing. And if your internal processing is impacted, then it impacts your externals. Other people's external processes, so their behaviors, their words, their energy, their looks, their intentions and emotions, and how they influence and impact you, as well as other people's internal processes, what others emit in their energy, their intentions and emotions, and the impact it has on you. Even the nature of the relationships you have with others has a process to them. Are they familiar? Are they informal or professional? The level of emotional attachment and emotional dependency you have on the other person. And even the roles and responsibilities you both have influence your interactions and processing in this type of process. The environment you're in has a process that impacts you, and this includes the culture, the feel, and the vibe of the environment. The physical environment also has an influence and impact on you. The sound, the lighting, the heat, the comfort, the air circulation, and even the size are some of the key elements that have that influence. All of these external processes impact, influence, and can even trigger your internal processing. The more conscious and aware you are of each of these processes, how they operate, why they operate the way they do, where they're limiting, where they're natural as opposed to conditioned in their way of operating, and the gifts they give you, the more you're able to know you, the more you pick up on how they impact and influence you. You're able to unravel what is not you, heal the hurt you, and be more of the true you. You not only gain great awareness and insight into yourself, you get to know, understand, and be more accepting of others as well as yourself. You make a difference to you. You make a difference to your life, your relationships, your interactions, and to the world around you. My suggestion for you to grow your awareness, your understanding and ability to work with each of these processes is to start with just one of the ones I've shared, and take time to give it focus and focus on the process within you. Explore what you notice, what you experience, how the process operates, and what your processing is that you experience as part of the process. Processes weave together and unfold in amazing ways. And the more aware you are of them, the more magic you see, hear, feel, and experience, and the more powerful you are in working with them. If you are interested in exploring more about processes and processing, you might want to check out my video on that so that you can gain further insight into what they are and their importance in your personal growth and involvement.